we must know what is a scale. A scale can be defined as a ratio between a distance measured on a map and a corresponding distance on land connecting the two points represented by the same unit. What does this mean, children? This means, for example, when we say that the scale of the map is 1 centimeter to 1 kilometer, we mean that 1 centimeter on the map represents 1 kilometer on the ground. So now let us begin with what is a scale. Pay attention, children, as I read, try to understand. A scale is a measuring line that shows the relation of the distance between two places on a map to their actual distance on the ground. So what does this mean? It means that 1 centimeter on the map represents 1 kilometer on the ground. Means the 1 centimeter which you are seeing on the map is actually the actual distance is 1 kilometer on the ground, as we cannot show 1 kilometer on the map because it is a long distance, and 1 centimeter we can show the unit of measurement is small, so that can be shown on a map. So we make it a scale. We take 1 unit of measurement to show this, and that is the scale. Now scale can be defined as I have already read. It's a ratio between a distance measured on a map and a corresponding distance on the land. It means that 1 centimeter you are showing on the map is actually 1 kilometer on the ground. That is the ground distance, connecting the two points represented by the same unit. Large scale maps depicts the geographical features of a small area in detail. We have done this. That large scale maps, what does they depict? They depict small area in greater detail. Means they give us more information about a small area in greater detail. So they are known as large scale maps. And small scale maps, they only show us important features about a large area. Now next we come is there are 3 types of scale which helps us in measuring distance on the map. So the 3 types of scales are, first is verbal scale or statement. The second one is known as by numerical fraction. It is also known as representative fraction and short form as RF. The third one is graphic or linear scale. So these are the 3 types of scale which helps us to measure distance on the map. Let us study about the first one. The first one is the verbal scale or statement. What do you mean by verbal? Verbal means something which is expressed in words. In this method, the scale is expressed in words. For example, 1 centimeter on the map represents 50 kilometers on the ground. Means on a map you are showing 1 centimeter, but in actual the distance is 50 kilometers on the ground. So 1 centimeter is equal to 50 kilometer on the ground distance. But this method has not become popular as it does not give an accurate measurement in a map. So it does not show the accurate measurement on a map. So that is why this verbal scale or statement did not get so popular in measuring distances in a map equivalent to the distance on the ground. Now the second one is representative fraction or RF. How does this help us to measure distance? The numerical fraction method is also called representative fraction. This method shows the ratio between the distance on the map to the distance on the ground. This is another method of measuring distance on a map to the distance on the ground. This scale can be used by any country in the world. So this scale means that this type of measurement is internationally accepted and it can be used by any country. For example, if the RF is 1:50,000, it would mean that 1 centimeter on the map represents 50 centimeter on the ground. So 1:2, that is the ratio. 1:50,000 means over here 1 centimeter on the map. When the map is showing 1 centimeter, it means on ground it is showing 50 centimeter. So that is why the ratio is 1:50,000. RF is equal to distance on the map and upon distance on the ground. Means what distance you are showing on the map is equivalent to the distance on the ground. Or it can be written as RF, which is equal to 1 upon 50,000. Why? Because 1, that is 1 centimeter on the map, is showing 50 centimeter on the ground. This scale can be converted into any unit. Therefore, in map reading, it is universally accepted. So that is why it is universally accepted, because it gives an accurate, most accurate measurement as compared to verbal scale. So all the countries, most of the countries, they prefer using this scale, that is the representative fraction scale. The third one is the graphic or linear scale. How does this help us to measure distances? Graphic scale or linear scale. This scale represents the relationship between a particular distance on the map and the actual distance on the earth. This also helps us in showing the distance on the map and actual distance on the ground. It is drawn according to the statement in such a way that the distance can be calculated most accurately on the map. The linear scale, that is, it shows the scale to which it is drawn is 2 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometers. Means on scale the 2 centimeter which we can see is equal to 1 kilometer. That is, the actual distance on the ground will be 1 kilo. But here is the linear scale. You can see the diagram, which is also in your book, children. And how it is read: to the right, this side, this is the right, to the right 3 kilometers is represented over here. This is the right side. From 0 it is starting, 1, 2 and 3. So each block over here, this is representing 2 centimeter. From here to here it is representing 2 centimeter. So 2 centimeter this block, 2 centimeter this and 2 centimeter this. But on the actual ground distance, that is 2 centimeter, on the ground is representing 1 kilometer. On the map it is showing 2 centimeter, but on the ground that 2 centimeter is equivalent to 1 kilometer. It means it is on the ground, the distance will be, this is 2 centimeter is 1 kilometer. So on the ground it will be 3 kilometers, because this 2 centimeter is representing 1 kilometer, then the second this 1 kilometer again, and the third again 2 centimeter, again 1 kilometer. So 1, 2 and 3 together on the ground will become 3 kilometers. This is how it has been scaled. That is, on the map it is 2 centimeter, and on the ground the same 2 centimeter will represent 1 kilometer. To the right of 0, that is to the right over here, which I have told you, on the right it begins 1, 2 and 3. The scale is 2 centimeter, which is equal to 1 kilometer on the ground. To the left, you can see, to the left again it starts with 0 and it's showing 10 divisions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these 10 parts are showing 100 meters each. This is 100 meters each. So 100 into 10 becomes 1000 meter. So 1000 meters equivalent to 1 kilometer on ground. So from this side it is showing 1000 meter. It is divided into 10 parts and each part is showing 100 meter. So 100 meter into 10 becomes 1000 meter, and 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. So linear scale is said to be the most important method of measuring distance on the map. On most of the maps it is given for accurate map study. So this is considered to be the most accurate way of measuring the ground distance on a map. Now let us just see the 3 types of scale which we have read. Is verbal scale or statement. Second way is by numerical fraction. It is also known as representative fraction or RF. And the third one, graphic or linear scale. Now we come to the significance of map studies and colors in a legend. So all of you know we have studied a little about maps and colors, symbols and signs used in a map, and why it is used. We just see why it is used. Maps have become invaluable in today's practical world as they serve as storehouse of information. We all know why we use map. Maps are used to know about different countries, continents, and other things about all around the world. We can find our destination by using global positioning system. So global positioning system is also known as GPS. Topographical maps portray the natural features, man-made features and cultural features using appropriate colors and symbols. So before also we have done topographical maps. They represent man-made features and natural features, which helps us to know many things about a particular area or a place. Apart from that, maps also use colors and symbols. For map study and map pointing, colors are important in conventional signs and symbols. These colors are universally accepted. So colors and signs and symbols used in a map, it has a particular meaning. Each symbol and sign and color, they represent something or the other on a map. So I'll just read out what colors represent on the map, what is the meaning and why, what does it show. For example, yellow color. Yellow color represents cultivable land, plateaus, deserts and plains. Green color represents forest area or lowland areas. White represents rocky area or bad land, hence uncultivable land. Blue color, it represents perennial lined wells, perennial streams, lakes and ponds, water bodies in general. Brown, it represents contour lines, their heights and relief features like mountains. Black represents dry stream and surveyed trees. Red, it represents permanent huts, settlements and cities. So these are the significance of colors and what do they represent in a map. Now comes the symbols. Why are symbols used in a map? What is its importance? On every map, certain signs, symbols and letters are used to represent the features on the earth's surface. These are called conventional signs and symbols. So all these symbols and letters, certain signs which is used in a map, they are also known as conventional signs and symbols. Now why it is used? A variety of features, both natural and man-made, are depicted with the help of symbols on the map. For example, rivers, ponds, settlements, roads and trees. These symbols are accepted universally and are used all over the world. So that is why symbols are used over here in a map, signs and symbols. A list of conventional signs and symbols is called a legend. So many signs and symbols together, collectively, they are known as a legend in a map. So in your books, children, you will find different signs and symbols given in a pattern which you will study when you come across your books. So with this, children, we finish. That is part 3 of your lesson 1, map reading, in which today we studied about the third component of a map, that was the scale and the types of scale. There were 3 types of scale which we have done today, along with signs and symbols. Please go through the lesson, this part, so that you all understand nicely. And with this we end the 3 components which is used in a map, children. I hope you have understood. Take care.